America.
But I just gotta know one thing. Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready?
He's across the 30, the 35, the 40. He's got a first down out at the 44-yard line. How'd he do it? How in the world did that happen?
No, you said they got him.
They did.
What's up, Philadelphia? We are live, broadcasting from the beautiful new media studios right outside of Philadelphia. Welcome to the 2017 Week 8 edition of the 4th and JAWN podcast. Boys and girls, your 2017 Philadelphia Eagles with a record of 6-1 have the best record in football. I'm not talking about the NFC East. I'm not talking about the NFC. I'm talking the best record in professional football. I am beyond the point now of saying that this team is going to surprise people like I did earlier in the season. Surprise, bitches. They're for real. I'm beyond the point right now of telling the rest of the NFC East that they're on notice. All you got to do is look at the standings. I spend a lot of time on a Tuesday pacing back and forth and thinking about what I'm going to say during the intro. What is Preacher EROCK going to say when he stands up on his soapbox in the beginning of the show? What's Pope John Paul II going to say when he introduces the cast? I'm beyond that, because at 6-1, the actions speak louder than words, and right now, what this team is doing on the field has me speechless. 6-1 is great. It's just a number. There have been other teams that started the season 6-1 in the past, but it's not the number that's important. It's how they become 6-1. Whether it's going on opening day, going down to Washington against a tough Redskins opponent and squeaking out a win in their house. Whether it's putting a smack down and figuring out a way to win on the road against the Chargers. Whether it's a last-minute, longest field goal in Eagles history against the Giants. Whether it's layeth the smacketh down against the Arizona Cardinals. Whether it's on a short week going to Carolina and having an absolute brawl against the Panthers and figuring out a way to win, whether it's on Monday Night Football against the Redskins, locking up the division practically, and with one more game to go against a winless San Francisco 49ers team, half the season will be over. And here we are. I'm speechless. There's nothing left for me to say. The product is on the field. The magic is on the field. Gail, you were there sitting next to me in section 115, baby. How are you? Please, tell me how to feel. Tell me how excited you are.
I mean, I'm a little speechless like yourself. You know, I mean, it all starts with Carson Wentz. It's like shock in all moments. Yes. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, Carson Wentz has had so many put the team on my back moments this season that I've lost count. Yeah. Where I'm sitting there like, yo, we really got a quarterback that we can really rock with for the next decade or so. But then you look at this team overall. You look at a team that has a ridiculous will to win, the ability to deal with adversity, and a team that plays with one heartbeat every week. And it's a next man up mentality, and you are looking at the most well-rounded team in the NFL. So
yeah, it has been a long time since I've sat in those stands and seen a shit first half like I saw on Monday Night Football and thought to myself, we got this. Wait till they go into halftime. Make the adjustments they have to make. No panic. No, oh my God, they're going to Chip Kelly this thing. No, oh my God, this game's already over. No panic button pressed. Just sitting there thinking to myself, They got this. It's been a long time. In fact, if my memory serves me correctly, it's been since 2004 since I felt like that watching this team. Don't worry, we got this. And as of right now, you can't tell me, with the best record in football, that there is any one of those other 31 teams in the league that this team can't go toe-to-toe, blow-to-blow with, and fucking win. Am I right, Mike?
Fucking right, brother. What's going on, y'all? You can hit us up on Twitter at 4th and John, Instagram 4th and John, and at 4th and John Instagram. Y'all leaving me speechless still. I'm still trying to get my voice back. I was at the game, too, last night, and it was a rough ride home, man. I had to go work for a couple hours, and then I got home like around 8 in the morning. But either way, though, this team, there's something special going on with this team, guys.
Yes.
Very special. I'm not saying S-word. I am not saying the S word. P word, playoffs.
At this point, you got to start thinking about it.
Hell yeah. Division, that's almost a lock at this point. Sky's the limit for this team.
Going down the schedule again. You just beat Washington on Monday Night Football. You have a winless team against the San Francisco 49ers coming into our house to try. It's almost laughable to try to beat us. Then you have a Denver team that just got blown out by the shutout
by the Chargers.
Who
they laughed at.
Who they laughed at. Who we already beat in their house. Then you got your bye week. Ooh, and there goes Dallas. Ooh, I got that one. I've had that one circled, underlined, highlighted on my fucking schedule. I can't wait for that game.
Dallas.
Then Chicago, Seattle, Rams, Giants, Oakland, Dallas. There's going to be some tough games coming up, especially those last 5 or 6 games. We're going to lose some. Boys and girls, we're going to lose some of those games. But at this point, you can't look up. We talked about it last week. You can't look up and down that schedule and pencil in an L anywhere. In fact, what those other teams are doing right now and what those other fan bases are doing right now are seeing Philadelphia on the schedule and they're penciling L's. Evan Bubblegum here, working the soundboard. Wearing the very sexy Jason Kelsey jersey.
Underrepresented
jersey.
in the city.
Yes, absolutely. How you feeling, baby?
Dude, I could not be happier right now. I'm going kind of the opposite direction of Mike right now. Where he's thinking P and SB, I'm literally just slowing this season down and just enjoying each week as it comes. This is unbelievable. The energy of the team this year is different. You can agree with that, right? Like, the energy of this team is different than we've dealt with since the mid-2000 team. And Carson Wentz, no one can argue the fact that we are watching a generational player who is 24 years old, mind you, just blossom before our eyes. And, like, we're on the ground floor right now, man. Like, he is going to do so much. He's a human highlight reel, and each week it's just so exciting to watch him.
And we're blessed to have Tyler Edgerton, who's doing God's work on 4thandjohn.com. How are you feeling after
Man, I'm feeling great. Everything that EROCK says, preach, man, preach. And the one thing I love about this team is, I'm taking it week to week. It's not about the playoffs. It's not about the Super Bowl. Eventually it'll get there, but right now, to look at this team and go week to week and just have a great feeling. I talked to you guys earlier about the fact that every 3rd and long, you think they're going to get it because of Carson Wentz. Every time they're in the red zone, you think they're going to score. Every time there's a game like this where the target is now on their back because the entire league is chasing the Philadelphia Eagles, they come through. It's not a letdown game. They come through, they smash up the Redskins, and now we're 6-1.
Say it with your chest!
You got to love it. And you're seeing other players on this team step up. I mean, I just wanted to go through the scoring plays once again. Because when you're scoring that amount of points, I mean, the Eagles right now, points per game offensively, are throwing up 28.4 points per game. All right, so let's look at it back. Jake Elliott nails a 50-yarder. This kid doesn't fucking miss. This kid is money. I know Jason Peters went down, but you know he's going to be in the back of his head saying, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss.
As soon as Peters goes down, guess who missed the kick?
Yeah, well, listen, man. Okay, fuck. Wentz goes deep. Love that deep ball. Perfectly placed to Mac Hollins. Dude, and I don't know, if you go and rewatch that play, he fucking burned it.
Just floated it in there,
with the flick of the wrist.
Yeah.
Oh,
62.
And it was the perfect time. Everybody has bashed, Carson Wentz on his deep ball accuracy and all that. Carson Wentz leads the league in touchdown passes right now. He's second in passing plays over 40 yards. How you going to dog a guy's friggin'
17 touchdowns
to 4
interceptions.
You know who's second on the list?
Brady,
15. He's got 2 more touchdown passes right now than Tom Brady. What? Yeah, exactly. Looking at the stats, I was saying that to myself. What? Jake Elliott, 50-yard field goal. Wentz to Hollins for 64 yards. Wentz to Ertz for 4 yards. Ertz is having that breakout season that everybody was begging for him to have. He's doing an amazing job. Wentz to Corey Clement. Oh. The undrafted running back.
Brilliant throw.
Who, by the way, doesn't have good hands. He doesn't have good hands. We don't know if he's going to make the team. That entire play was all Carson Wentz. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I watched the games live, so I'm not hearing the broadcasters and stuff like that. But didn't John Gruden reference that was like a North Dakota?
Yeah, it was a play that they ran at North Dakota, and he kind of basically implemented it into offense. So they're working things from Carson's past into this offense.
So the primary read on that was Zach Ertz, according to Carson Wentz's press conference.
And then that out route, it was a similar play they ran earlier in the game.
Yeah.
But on this play, Clement, he ran the out route, but then he turned it into a wheel. That's good awareness for a rookie.
That's great awareness. And then to make that throw under that kind of duress. And for Corey Clement to make that catch. Dude, when he landed, he was like face planted. His freaking back legs curled up like a scorpion. It was freaking amazing that he even got those let alone making the catch, tapping those 2 feet in and face planting and still holding on to the ball. Then he had Wentz to Aguilar for 10 yards.
Another touchdown for Aguilar. Lappy tracker?
Yeah, I know. Jeff's been on my ass.
Lappy tracker.
Every time Aguilar does anything, I get the text goes off. The Lappy tracker. And then Jake Elliott again for 42 yards. So here you have got Jake Elliott wasn't even on the fucking team. Mac Hollins, mid-round pick. Ertz finally having that breakout season. Clement, undrafted rookie free agent, making it happen. Aguilar, a guy who we were ready to give up on, is even going to make the squad, making plays. Jake Elliott again. So you got guys
making plays, dude,
that are just feeding off of this confidence that Carson Wentz just exudes. You can't tell me with any other quarterback right now that this team's feeling themselves the way they're feeling it, and it's spreading like a freaking wonderful virus throughout the locker room. The Philadelphia Eagles did a wonderful job of putting up like post-game like interviews, and the players, they're glowing, and they keep talking about Wentz. Back to Wentz. Whether it's on the field doing that kind of magic or off the field, man.
I might make another baby tonight just in the name of Carson.
Absolutely. I might make another baby tonight just in the name of Dutch Destroyer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That was an amazing piece. What were you gonna?
I was gonna say. I think Carson Wentz. I think you're seeing the cerebral part of Carson Wentz. Before it was like him growing into his NFL body, his arm, and he's young whippersnapper, gunslinger type. Now you're seeing him think out there. You're seeing him kill plays at the line of scrimmage. You're seeing him, read defenses.
The game is slowed down for him.
I mean, the play that Aguilar scored on, that's he's changing the play on that. The one that Ertz scored on, that he's changing the play on that. So obviously, you like to see that development, and we're blessed right now. So
for years, ever since Donovan McNabb was drafted and he was kind of on the decline, let's say around 2007, right, that NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
We've been looking at these other teams across the league, and we've been seeing Aaron Rodgers come up and play well, Drew Brees. These other young Russell. Why can't we get a Russell Wilson? Why can't we get a guy like that? Why can't we find a gem like that in a draft? We've been begging for it. Why can't we? He's here. The Ginger Jesus has arrived.
Yeah.
He is here. And it is friggin' amazing.
And not only is he being compared to some of the biggest names in football and like past pros, some of the biggest legends in football, but they're taking the best pieces of each legend and saying, well, he's actually got like he's actually got like Elway's legs and Peyton's like pre-snap cerebral senses. Like he's taken all of the best parts and molding it into one super QB. You know what I mean?
It's like a Lego man.
Yeah.
Instead of build a bear, it's build a Wentz.
But then, like you said, off the field, that story with
dude,
Lucas and the Dutch Destroyer,
dude,
really hit home with Eagle fans across the country and the world, man. The story was so
nation,
deep.
Yeah.
I mean, you see everybody on Twitter changing their Avies to the Dutch Destroyer bracelet. Really kind of, and we want to give you the website to get one of those Dutch Destroyer bracelets. We got a lot of questions on, are you going to make a T-shirt or are you going to start a GoFundMe? All we're simply going to do is direct you to the family, direct you to his coaches, because they already got all that stuff set up. So the best thing that we can do right now is just direct you there. So if you want to get one of those bracelets and kind of support the cause and rally around this brave young man, and, his unfortunate struggle and support his family and his cause, livelikelucas.org, Lukas, livelikelucas.org. Pick up one of those bracelets. You know what? If you buy one, tweet us at 4th and John. Every time you do with the bracelet on, we'll retweet it, put the link, so we can keep this thing going, man. Keep this kid's memory alive. I mean, that's exactly what Carson Wentz was doing.
And their family is donating the money to charity.
Yes.
And then the first day that the site went up, they made $25,000.
Wow.
So Eagle fans have definitely been supporting.
Unbelievable.
But that's what this fan base does.
Yeah.
We get bad raps for other stuff, but this fan base will stick
man.
behind your back. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Whether it, whenever the call goes out, I mean that the Eagles fans always respond. Whether it was the Las Vegas thing and Piccolo's friend there, you guys jumped up and supported that amazingly. Whether it be this cause, I mean, Eagles fans are always going to help out.